Hi, Joe Cerrone.
And Al Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 107 Introduction to 3D Printing in our Zoom classroom meeting. Alrighty. So as we take a look at the main splash page, we've released Lab 8, which is a tape dispenser. There's a video for how to create the geometry for the tape dispenser right here. And then here's the student file that we'll use to create that. These drawings are set up in millimeters, and so we'll be using the metric title block. And then in blue here is the book information for creating the project. We're currently in day 8. Last week, we covered information on troubleshooting 3D prints. And the video information is here. Remember, every week we run the Zoom classroom meetings in person here at the Skokie campus. We have students that are starting to come in, and you're welcome to come in and pick up your parts and to work in the lab. In the content section, we have our outline of topics, and we flipped module 7 and module 8. And so we'll update this, but today we're going to be working on chapter 7, designing for 3D printing, and lab number 8. When we look at lab number 8, we're working on this tape dispenser, and it's a part that will take a bit of time to model. And as we work with that, what we've done is we've created a YouTube video. And then the textbook talks about creating dual color and printing with dual color. And so we'll make a separate video after we make our first video to show how to do that. So as we get started and we take a look at our next project, what we're going to look at is this tape dispenser. And if we switch to the camera for the tape dispenser, we're going to stop sharing. And then we're going to switch cameras to our I have to pause. This is the different camera. All right, continuing. So as we take a look at our projects, we have our project for our tape dispenser. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a dual color print for these little logos. Some other aspects of the print, we're going to model it. It has a little bit more complicated geometry as we start to go through and create these reliefs. One thing that you can do to improve it is to create some type of a cutoff for the tape itself. And so as we work with this, we'll have the roll that we'll create, and we'll model that, and that'll fit into our tape dispenser like this. And then the tape will come out and be dispensed right here. And we'll need to have some kind of a serrated edge, and we're going to put that as a bonus project for students to print. And then as we take a look at some of the dual color printing, we're going to make a separate video after this to go through to create these. All righty, back to the main splash page. So as we take a look at the project, we have the video, and then we have the student file that you can download. And so students can download the tutor file and open that. And in the tutor file, we've gone through and we've created the geometry kind of in a step-by-step manner for creating this project. If we were to look at the actual project from the tape from the textbook. We have multiple parts for this project, and it's in millimeters. And so here's our front view, and then here's our side view, and these are the dimensions that we will use to create that. And so it's 80 millimeters long by 55 millimeters tall. And if we were to check those dimensions on our print, we can come into AutoCAD and we can click on one of the line geometries here. And then if we hover over the geometry, we can see that that is 80 millimeters. And then if we click with another grip, we can see that that's 55 millimeters. And so we roughed out the shape and we created the 2D geometry for that. And then what we do is we extrude that, rotate it, and create the geometry for it. And so as we take a look at how this project is developed, we have a video for that. And so you can watch the video located right here. And I believe those are the same.
So my wife got me this weird new tool for Christmas. And at first I thought it looked kind of crazy.
So as we go through and we take a look at this project, I'm having some glitches with trying to maximize it. But we go through and we show you how to properly model the part step by step for the dimensions. You're welcome to use other programs like SolidWorks or Fusion or other programs that you're more familiar with. But for the point of the course right now, we're keying on AutoCAD because that's the computer software that we have in the lab. So just as a review, lab number 8, and lab number 8 also has a lecture. And so the lecture material is right here in this PowerPoint. And so if we download that and open it, we're going to go through and take a look at Chapter 7, Designing for 3D Printing. And I'm going to create a separate video for that in a moment. So back to the main splash page. The assignment for this week is to create the Lab 8 tape dispenser. Back to the main splash page. We're going to be covering Chapter 7 from the textbook, Lab 8, and then the review questions are located here under Quizzes and Exams, Chapter 7 review questions. And they're not automatically graded, and so they're 10 points apiece, and what that will go through is the end of the chapter information. All right, so that ends our video Zoom meeting recap. I'm going to stop the recording and we'll make a second one to go through the curriculum material for Lab 8.